All right, Naughty Dog, what did you learn from FromSoftware? Do y'all remember the interaction where what's his name? Neil Druckmann was talking about how there is a place for games like Elden Ring. I mean, basically, expressing his respect to the way that game, after all of the controversy of it not being a handholdy game, basically expired. He basically came out and, admitted that yes, there's work to be done in terms of the way we actually, deliver games to gamers. Because the biggest crux of, the matter when it came to Elden Ring and such was that many games that the Western developers were making were just handholdy games. They just did not respect the gamer to be able to actually enjoy and engage in the experience. So what happened was Elden Ring came in and looked at all that and said, man, throw all that crap away. We're going to pretty much respect the gamer. We're going to do something really cool. We're looking at their next game, Intergalactic, and I don't know if the audience reception is something that is, my eyes are seeing, but doesn't seem like there's a lot of excitement for the game anyways. I mean, I always wait. I don't want to judge a book by the cover. It'll be nice to see the game actually come out so that we know exactly what it is, we're doing over here. I mean, you don't want to jump in and just, draw conclusions based on, I don't know, not knowing exactly what the heck is going on. You would like to be able to be aware and see exactly what this game will be about. However, when you look at it in comparison to the teacher in this case, which will be FromSoftware's Elden Ring, it seems like this game is not going to be as appreciated as Elden Ring, obviously. And apparently FromSoftware decided, you know what we're going to go do? We're not going to just do DLC. What we're going to do is we're going to just take the world that we built and we're going to fashion it and give you a game that has a slightly different focus. With Elden Ring Night Rain, I just think this is a perfect way to do it. When they made Shadow of the Earth Tree, I'm not going to lie, somewhere inside of me, I wanted that Shadow of the Earth Tree DLC to be a different game. I don't know. I didn't necessarily think the DLC was a great way to go ahead and market things after all the work they put in. It only made sense that they try to capitalize like they did with the Dark Souls games. But they decided that they were going to do it now. So in my opinion, I think this might actually be appropriate, especially seeing how this game simply has a slightly different, tilt in terms of the multiplayer. Or maybe they were just advertising the multiplayer as something that, you can actually engage in. Or maybe they've improved the co-op where now you can actually travel with your peers and do some stuff in the open world that, you were somewhat limited to do in the Elden Ring game. Who knows? But this is all cool. The Elden Ring world is not one that is easily going to be forgotten in the minds of a lot of people who came into the Souls-like games from this particular paradigm. So why not take it? Because players already like it. The lore is beautiful. It's established. It's actually pretty cool. And it put FromSoftware in a really interesting spotlight. I think they own this IP. Dark Souls is owned by Bandai Namco, but this one is one of their babies. So they seem like they're going to be able to get the job done here by getting the best out of it. But it's published by Bandai Namco. But, when you look at the relationships, it's kind of vague. What I found was that it was their IP. I could be wrong, but that's the information that I found. So we're looking at this game, and then we're also looking at this game as well. This, both high budget games. This one is flexing all of its brand awareness. Yo, did y'all see a lot of the brand? I mean, did you just see that? Did y'all just see Adidas kicks here? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, maybe it's me, and I'm maybe a little cynical about what's going on. There was also a little thing where there was a Porsche as well. Big, huge branding in terms of Porsche. That was just like, whoa. I don't know what's going on, but who knows? Maybe there is something that they're trying to convey about maybe a futuristic world and, all of the above. But hey, if this is what the game is going to basically be showing you, you know what? Let me reserve my own personal opinions so far. And just kind of leave them. As for Elden Ring Night Rain, I think, we kind of know what we're going to be expecting. A bunch of cool stuff, right? So we'll see how this all goes. If you look at, say, the like to dislike ratios of both videos, if you look at the bottom of my screen, I don't know if you can see it, but Elden Ring Night Rain has 43,000 likes at the moment, 559 dislikes. You look at this Intergalactic from Naughty Dog, it's got 3.9 thousand likes and 1,200 dislikes. So the ratio is going to be somewhat weird, but it will be tilted in favor of the, of likability to dislike ratio. But if you start reading the comments, you're going to see that there's a lot of skepticism here. After The Last of Us Part 2, I think Naughty Dog basically lost a lot of its fans. I didn't play Last of Us Part 2. I didn't need that drama in my life. I just saw all of the drama around it, and I was like, maybe I should hold off. And then when I tried to go get the game, a lot of fellow Last of Us fans said, hey, man, if you haven't done this to yourself, don't do it to yourself. So I think I'll probably basically, focus my resources on playing more Elden Ring in this regard. And we'll just wait and see how the game does when it turns out. So again, these dynamics are very interesting to see how things are going on. And I think it's very important right now that even single player developers realize and understand that they do not have the luxury of depending on their fans to just take up what it is that they serve. They're going to get a lot of, their fans have options. The buying power of consumers is increasing because there are more options, new entrants into the field. So now you don't have to wait for a TLOU. A FromSoftware, Bandai Namco can come in and bring a game that you can resonate with. And, this is why I think a lot of people are adamant about Sony actually acquiring Kadokawa. But again, that's beside the point. It seems like this game is already being fashioned in its own thing. So this might be the last non-big corpo, infested Elden FromSoftware game that we get, or authentic action adventure game that we're going to get. And then, after Sony acquires them, we're going to see how that continues to flow. They may leave them alone. I have a feeling that they're going to leave Miyazaki alone to just do his thing out there in the East, where, he's not going to be bothered by a lot of, what the Western developers actually have to deal with or put up with. But these are my thoughts so far about, the Elden Ring game and the Intergalactic game. I'm juxtaposing them side by side because, Neil Druckmann had that conversation back then. And, his words were very apparent that, he saw how Elden Ring basically had a little bit of some of the greatness to it. And I think he acknowledged that. And it's important that we see that. And not only see that, but see if maybe, there's some pointers that he's extracting from the game, if it affected his creative, side in that regard. And if not, that's fine. He's a creative in his own right. So he can feel free to actually adapt his creativity and adapt his stories to the way that, he wants them to go. But these are my thoughts. Like I said, I really do want to hear yours in the comment section. What do you think about the Intergalactic game? If you play Elden Ring or if you play the Souls games, what do you think? Which one are you going to jump on? Which one do you think is going to pretty much vibe with you? I'd love to know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. Peace out.